I have no complaints, none at all. Very nice, very well done. Alright guys, we're gonna get right to it because I have only a short while to test drive this Tesla. But we are in the 2025 Tesla Model Y. First impressions, okay? Why my flash is on? First impressions. Steering wheel looks familiar. People have brought up these little divots. I mean, this is not unique to Tesla. You know, many luxury car companies and just regular car companies have these on their nicer steering wheels. Heated steering wheel, I can feel that already. Ambient lighting for the first time in a Model Y. Okay, you may have some more glove room because this additional compartment here combined with what you have on the other side, I think there's a little more there. You got your wireless charging, got your regular glove box there. No need to open that. Boring stuff out of the way, right? Passenger seating, pretty much the same. I'm not sure what they're saying in regards to additional space and room. In the past, we know that the 7-seater version of the Model Y, you know, has gotten a lot of, let's say, critique, for lack of a better term. So not sure that's going to be an option here, but I can dig that stuff up and get you that info when we're done with the test ride. We also got the new passenger screen that you see in the other Tesla vehicles. So yeah, we're gonna hit the road. I'm gonna get this thing on the road just so we can check out the driving dynamics. I mean, first time in this vehicle, and from what reviewers are saying and Tesla is claiming, this is gonna be the quietest Model Y ever made. So far so good. Very quiet car. I'm a fan. I just have to wait for the parking attendant to remove these cones so I can get out of the lot. All right. And I am headed out. We are in beautiful Georgetown, DC on a nice sunny 40-degree day, which, I mean, it's wintertime. Wintertime in DC, just like anywhere else in the Northeast, is going to be somewhat frigid. But we picked a great day to be out here. So I just want everybody to understand where we are and where we're going. Aggressive auto braking, or I forget what they call that, but I'm gonna have to play with that something before I come back. Alright, gotta pay attention here. So far, I mean, nothing abnormal. I will say that the infotainment is a lot snappier than what I'm used to in other Teslas. The auto stop feature, I've got to turn this down. I'm one of those people, I can't stand the auto braking feature when you take your foot off the gas. I like the coast. I like the coast in my regular cars. That's how you save on gas, man. So there it is. Deceleration. I'm sorry. So yeah, just turned that down. So now it's not as bad. But one thing about Georgetown, lots of traffic, my guys. Lots of traffic. It's you know, it's pretty bad around here. I don't know, maybe I can get around like this guy just did. I'm not looking for trouble, guys. Just looking for my way out of the traffic. All right. I think we did that. We'll get on the parkway and really see how this thing runs here in a second. So as I was talking to my Tesla advisor, he let me know that this is a launch edition model. Okay, there's going to be a difference between these models and the standard release models as they produce more of these vehicles. But for the time being, you're pretty much getting every option, you know, every option of your choice: tow hitch, premium wheels, color choice, all for the price of $60,000 with the launch edition. Now, when they mass produce these, they're going to be like any other Tesla, where you have to option up for those features. But for now, this is what you get. So, I mean, if you are in the market for a new car, it'd probably be best to get it now, because later on, those additional add-ons are going to cost you in excess of that $60,000 figure. All right, so we'll get, you know, a better opportunity to drive this thing now that we are on the parkway, away from downtown traffic. But of course, we get a red light. What I want to see is the 0 to 60 times. I mean, I'm not trying to kill it. Obviously, I'm on a test drive, but I would like to see how fast this thing is. So, let's go, guys. I mean, just as snappy as any other Tesla model. I'm already at 50 miles per hour. And that's about all I'm going to do on this parkway, because it gets very windy and there are lots of hidden traffic cameras in this area. So I would hate to get a ticket on a demo drive. I will say that's different about this location in Georgetown. They're giving me a 30-minute test drive pretty much. He told me to be back by 11:30. You know, other locations, I've had to do like 10, 15-minute test drives. Like when I took the Cybertruck out, it was like a 15-minute test run. And while I appreciate just having the opportunity to even drive the vehicle, that's not enough time. It is much quieter than what I remember Teslas being. If I had a choice in the matter, I would beg that they do something about the suspension. It is so firm. It is so firm, and I don't think there is an option in the infotainment settings that allows you to alternate, you know, the stiffness of the suspension. At least on this model, it's not like it's a Model X or anything like that. But man, this thing is firm. It really is. And to me, if I wanted a sport suspension, like a very tight and firm suspension, I would buy a different car. You know, you're buying this car because you want comfort. You're not buying this because you want racing dynamics, like very tough suspension on your car. I will say this is a comfortable vehicle. There's nothing that I would complain about. If I was in the market, which I kind of am in the market, I'd buy it. But I would look into an aftermarket suspension, maybe an air suspension. They have those for the current Model Y. I'm sure some of that stuff will be either produced or, at least currently interchangeable for this model, since the car hasn't changed too much in that regard. When you're looking at something like the Tesla Model Y and what I have in front of me now, the BMW iX, yes, BMW has the name that, has a likeness, right? People have a fondness toward BMW. They are a iconic and legendary brand. But from a cost comparison, the BMW iX is going to cost you somewhere between $65,000 and $85,000, whereas you're getting everything that you would get from the iX and more in this Model Y for 60 grand. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, this is still going to fall within that federal tax credit threshold, whereas that BMW iX may tip you over. So, and it's not as attractive as a car. Let's be honest. I mean, those things look like sort of like Beetles, like a very ugly. It's not that bad, but no. They have a certain characteristic to them, and Tesla has that buggy space bug look also. So it's not just BMW. But if I had a choice between the two, I'm definitely choosing the Tesla every time. And now I'm just wrapping up the test drive. I've got about 10 minutes until I get back, so I'm gonna take a spin around this little parkway really quick on my way back through Georgetown, loop back up and drop the vehicle off. I may have to give a little more back to the suspension. On a smooth road, this thing is buttery. On a rougher road, you do feel some of those bumps. So I'll give them credit where credit is due. It's not totally terrible, but if I had a choice, I'm looking for something a little more spongy that can absorb a lot more of those bumps, because this is going to be a daily driver, right? And you want to be comfortable in your daily driver. This thing is so quiet. I mean, it's nice. I will give them that. They didn't lie about that. You still have that whirring from the battery, but it is a very nice ride and a nice sound. This thing is so quiet. I mean, it's nice. I will give them that. They didn't lie about that. You still have that whirring from the battery, but it is a very nice. Here's another thing that we have to consider when it comes to the Tesla brand. All right, and this is going to be my wrap-up thought, one of my final thoughts. These cars are produced by an American company, okay? And they are light years ahead of many of the other EV companies. That has to be applauded. We are some of the I guess, highest population of consumers in the world. Not a lot of things get produced in America, but for a car company to develop such a popular brand and quality brand, irregardless of the little nuances that people point out, you know, from time to time with these cars, ultimately there aren't any major issues that, you know, you can really come up with when it comes to Tesla. You don't have cars driving themselves off the road every day. You don't have you know, the suspension falling apart, wheels falling off the car. You know, these things, the batteries are lasting longer than projected on some of these vehicles. People are getting high mileage out of these cars. You know, maintenance is not being reported as so astronomical that people don't want to keep them. The one thing that I can say is like a huge negative about Tesla is the price jumps up and down, up and down, up and down over the years that kind of make it difficult to own one of these vehicles for a short while and try to turn it around and, you know, trade in for something better. Because the price jumps so much, you can lose a lot of money overnight on your car. Other than that, when you get a car like this at a $60,000 price mark, I don't care if the price drops to $45,000 next week. If you pay $60,000 today, you still got a deal. I mean, for this kind of vehicle at that price point, with all the options that come with this thing. And we got about 4 minutes on a 2-minute drive. So we should be well within our demo period upon returning this thing. But this traffic down here can be tricky. So we shall see.